Now comes the time when Spirit releases their stuff. Right now, I am in the process of making 4 videos. I went to Lowe's for Halloween, Costco to Halloween, and to World Market just to find that Halloween experience. While those videos are in the process, Spirit Halloween released Fiona Frazzles. So I'm going to talk about her today. Yes, I haven't been keeping up. I do think I have talked about Bog Monster. I'll go back and check that and put in my raw reaction of seeing it. But for now, this is Fiona Frazzles. By the time I post this, Spirit Halloween has probably put something else more interesting in. So I will say, if you wanted Fiona Frazzle reaction, well, here it is. I also, in this video, clumped together some Spirit Halloween leaks, including Freddy Fazbear and some other fun stuff that you can find. So without making any more wastes of time, let's get in without any hesitation. Leave a like so that I know you're watching, and I'm Spirit Boy. Ooh, I don't really know what to say here. I don't hate clowns. I'm just really tired of clowns. I feel like there's so many clowns that I'm just so done with it. They made clowns of all sorts of things, but I guess this is one of the first, if I could say, times of a clown. Of course, there was Harriet Hustle, which I actually really did happen to like. I just sort of wish she wasn't hanging on that weird thing. And then there was Lucky Liz, which was a complete abomination. And now this thing. I will say that I do like Harriet Hustle a bit more than this, but she has grown on me. Fiona Frazzles or Whirling Wendy has grown on me quite a bit too much. I never really wanted to like this thing. I think it's just Spirit just trying to do something new with a clown. But this time they made it female. I may have cut it off on some other videos, but I'm just gonna say my favorite animatronic types are the creepy little girls, dolls, ghosts, ghouls, phantoms, and so much more. And I know a lot of those can be female, but a female clown, nah, not really my thing. Do I like it better than all the other clowns? Yes, I do like this a bit better than all the other very boring clowns. Is it better than Bullseye? Yes, 100%. Is it better than Crackles? No. But she has grown on me. There is a lot you can do with a girl clown than just making it this generic and kid-friendly. Like, seriously, my biggest problems come with the skirt spinning, which is just ridiculous. Her voice, if you know me, the audio of an animatronic really plays a lot into how much I like it. And I'm not a big fan of the hair either. But there's a lot I do like about it. Number 1, her old name, Fiona Frazzles. I love that name. That was pretty cool. The color scheme is amazing. I do like her face a little bit. Not too much because she's a clown and I'm just bored. And I do like her skirt. I just wish it didn't spin. The knives she holds in her hands are not very realistic looking. I mean, it's better than some of the other knives. And I do sort of like her, what she says. It's just a really goofy, kid-friendly clown animatronic. And big surprise, now it's female. I'm not going to try and be weird or anything, but seriously, Spirit Halloween, this is another taste. Stop it with the clowns. Maybe 1 or 2 a year. When I saw Crackles, I was like, okay. This is their big clown for the year. But we seriously did not need this. So please, Spirit Halloween, stop it with the clowns. In the past, I've said be more creative, and guess what we got? A female. But I'm just so sick of the clowns. I do like them like this maybe a little bit better. But this is just the final note. Please stop it, Spirit. And it's crazy how much this animatronic has grown on me. But I will stop there so that we can move on to their small ISE. Now we have some more new information about the characters that will be set up in the small ISE. Now this is huge news for me, and I'll tell you why. First, I'd like to get out of the way that I did find 3 spirits while going around town. But let's talk about why this is huge. Because all the stores in my area are the smallest little stores ever. There's only one big one, and it's pretty far from here. So that means the other 3 stores are likely to have the small ISE, and have always had them each year. Well, I'm assuming this year. But Crackles, Michael Myers, Jeremy Jaws, and Willow Witch are on the small ISE. Crackles, yep, it's their clown. They're gonna want that. They always like to have at least one licensed character up at the front, even at the small stores. Jeremy Jaws is a bit of a weird pick. But then Willow Witch is probably just to test out their new technology on a wider range. This is huge because now I know what will be at my stores. And all 4 are a very good pick. While I was really hoping to see Doomsday Duo, it looks like I'll have to travel that extra mile. Let's get into the full depths and glory of Freddy Fazbear. Same thing I'd say about Huggy Wuggy from Poppy Playtime. I really like that they're bringing horror characters from video games to real-life animatronics. I feel like there's lots and lots of horror movies, and most of them already have their representation. But video games seem to be untouched. And to see an animatronic this good from a video game really helps me believe that we will be getting an Ink Demon. I'll get into that later, but this animatronic looks super cool. I like his waving animation. Well, not really, we'll get into that too. But he is so accurate, and now let's get over what we can get from this stuff. Number 1 thing I'm going to talk about is the stage. Perfect. I don't know if I already have talked about this, but I'm just going to say it is perfect. I like how it lights up. I wish it was a little bit more like scary and maybe more run down. But whatever, all the Five Nights at Freddy fans seem to love it, so that's awesome. As for the animatronic, he looks really strong, but his waving animation, his audio, and his digital eyes are all 3 things that I'd like to talk about. Let's get the others out of the way. Fur looks fantastic. Body structure is awesome. His box looks huge. And I'm really excited to see this in person. Love the representation. Now, the digital eyes. I don't know if Five Nights at Freddy's Freddy Fazbear always had digital eyes in other games. I don't remember that. But you can make him do a whole lot more this way. Number 2, his audio. I was a little bit concerned because I can't really hear very well, but I could hear absolutely nothing from the first time we got a leaked audio thing, so I was worried he didn't really have any. But due to this up close that we got, here, I'll go ahead and play it now. Yep, we have confirmation that he will be doing his laughing. Even as someone who doesn't play Five Nights at Freddy's, I know very well that he does that weird laughing sound, and I am all here for it. I don't know if a soundtrack plays in the background, but I'll have to be the judge of that myself. Now, my biggest flaw of this animatronic is the animation. When we got this a while back, we knew that he had a lot of articulation, and I thought he looked cool, but seriously, he does not need to wave. I mean, I know Freddy Fazbear as a horror mascot, but like seeing him wave, I don't know what to think of it. I mean, it's probably iconic because even I know the waving stuff from little clips I've seen of the game. It's pretty iconic. It's just as a Halloween animatronic, it doesn't sail the boat for me. The boat ain't going. It's just sitting there in the dock. Actually, the boat might have sunk, because I feel like it does take away from this animatronic. But that's only as an Halloween animatronic. As a licensed animatronic, the movement is fabulous. Nothing I would change. I bet this animatronic will sell well, and they'll probably go for another member of the Five Nights at Freddy crew, if not switching to another very popular video game. So make sure to comment down below who you think is the next one. My idea would probably be Funtime Freddy, I think it was called. But we'll get into that some other time too. I just added this in the last second, but from this photo, we can see Freddy Fazbear standing outside someone's house. So it does lead me to believe that this might be outdoor rated and weatherproof. If it is, awesome. I just like to point that out. If it isn't at weatherproof and we already know this, then don't be afraid to correct me in the comments. I'm not mean. This isn't necessary for me to point out, but for our last thing that I'm going to talk about, we do have confirmation that the sitting scarecrow will be sitting on this bed. Nice little detail, and I thought something would be on the bed. It felt very weird and empty, so I'm happy to see it being used. My only hopes for this is they don't make it so you have to sit on the bed next to him for him to pop out. That was a cool, awesome idea in 2025, I feel like, where you had to sit next to the bench next to Sitting Scarecrow and he popped up in the subway. But to here, it will lead to people crawling all over the top of this bed mattress. And now, that is everything for now. What did we get out of this video? We got that Spirit Halloween has been doing some pretty cool stuff and some not really good stuff. But overall, pretty cool, because Freddy Fazbear outdoes Fiona Frazzles. Now, for Fiona Frazzles, I do like that it is female. That twist is kind of cool. I'm just done with the clowns in general. No hate towards her. In fact, I kind of like her, and that makes me upset because I didn't really want this to grow on me, but the fact that it is pretty cool. I think it would be nice just to have some more creepy woman. And if you want to do that, just bring back Morning Glory. That's all I'm asking. But that will wrap it up for today's video. Remember the time it makes for me just to make a video, and that probably by the time I release that, something else that has been capturing your eye will be more important. So please give my video a watch and a like. And remember to give it a like, because I like to know that someone is watching, because I'm very limited on what I could see. Please give a comment down below. And remember to always stay spooky.